Good morning. Another beautiful Lord's Day. Thank you for watching. Uh, we'll get on our sick list. We got Paul Lehue, Ashlyn Hare, Wendell Tate, Wade Candycorn, Jimmy Smith, Melissa Bogle, Mary Mason, Hillary Davenport, Naomi Blair, Lee Heath, Clint Blanton, LaWanna Peeler, Terry Parham, Patricia Womack, Benny Blair, Taylor Blanton, James Estes, Randy Simmons, Becky and Lonnie Barks, Pat Burks, Thomas Bogle, and we'd like to send uh, Linda Hall. We'd like to send her some prayers. She has COVID. She's a friend of, she's my friend at work. That's his mom. So please keep her in your prayers and all these folks in your prayers. And we also need to send sympathy to the family of Cora Jean Duke. She passed away this past week. So please keep all these folks in your prayers. I've got a little article I'd like to share with you. It's a heartwarming story told about how President Dwight Eisenhower surprised a family while he was vacationing in Denver. A newspaper reporter had written an article in the form of a letter to the president to tell him about a little boy named Paul Henry Haley, who was dying of cancer. Alongside the article in the Rocky Mountain News was a picture of the 6-year-old Paul Haley dressed in a cowboy outfit with his arm around his mother. The article began, "I'm writing this story to you, Mr. President, for a young fellow who hasn't learned to write. He wants to see you, Ike, and although he doesn't know it, it's his dying wish." To Paul, President Eisenhower was a bigger and better man than even Hopalong Cassidy, a popular cowboy hero. President Eisenhower read the article and said to one of his aides, "Let's go see Paul Haley." The presidential limousine with American flags on the fenders drove up that August Sunday morning in front of Paul Haley's home. The car doors opened and the president walked up to the house and knocked on the front door. Paul's stepfather, Donald Haley, answered the door wearing old blue jeans, a dirty shirt, a day's worth of growth of beard, and he asked, "Can I help you?" To which President Eisenhower replied, "Is Paul here? Tell him that the president would like to see him." While little Paul walked around his dad's legs and looked into the face of the president, who knelt down and shook his hand, described as wide-eyed and unbelieving, Paul walked into the living room with the president. Eisenhower reportedly smiled and said, "Paul, I understand that you wanted to see me." They visited about 5 minutes, and then Paul walked outside and got to inspect the presidential limousine. The president told him that he had a grandson that was about Paul's age, Dwight David Eisenhower II. He hugged the little boy, and they shook hands and said goodbye. Then the president drove away. What a surprise the Haley family experienced that Sunday morning. After the visit, Donald Haley remarked, "How can I ever forget standing there dressed like I was in those old blue jeans, an old dirty shirt, an unshaven face to meet the President of the United States." So there's a little spiritual lesson that we can learn from this. One day, each of us will stand in front of Jesus. If Jesus came and knocked on your door today, would he see you as being dressed in the white garments that you need to be? Or would he see you dressed in the old dirty clothes and the sin of this world? which would it be? Would he see you as one of his children, or would he see you as an old, dirty person that's not a child of God? You know, we have the opportunity every day while we're still alive to make a good decision as to whether or not we're going to be one of God's children or one of his enemies. You know, you can look at it like that, that if you're not a child of God, you're an enemy of God. There's either one of each, one of both. You know, you can't be both. You've got to be one or the other. Either you're a child of God or you're an enemy of God. And you know how embarrassing it would be to have been in this man's shoes, that he opened the door and he looked like he did. But that's a minor thing compared to what will we look like when we meet Jesus. And I hope you will be dressed in white with the good things that you've done while you were in this world and being a Christian. So that's my lesson for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you would pray for our military men and women, our first responders, our doctors and nurses that keep us safe. And please keep all the folks that coming down with this COVID stuff again. We hope maybe that it won't be as bad as it was last time, but there's a lot of folks that I'm seeing that are sick, and we need to pray for them. So keep everyone in your prayers, and I hope you enjoy your holiday tomorrow. It's Labor Day. I hope you are careful in what you do, and please keep all of our families that are sick and all of those that have lost loved ones in your prayers. That's the end of my story today. Thank you for watching. God bless. See you next time.